YouTubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Tonight, we're going to take a look at a relative newcomer to the New Brunswick's liquor stores. Going to take a look at a beer that's actually not too far from home. People may know this pretty well in Ontario as a cheap dollar beer, but it's a newcomer in the Maritimes. We don't normally get this here. It is James Ready Lager. Now, I think the common one they have in Ontario is James Ready 5.5. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's probably a few people from Ontario watching my channel that could tell me the truth. But James Ready Lager, as well as a couple of others, have just recently appeared in our New Brunswick liquor stores as a cheap beer. Right now, 12 packs of James Ready Lager's cans are going for $18.49, I think, including James Ready Lager 6.0 and James Ready Light. I managed to get a couple of cans of these beers in singles, so I don't have to actually buy them. But these are relatively fresh. Now, the reason why they're not so far from home is because these are actually manufactured by the Moosehead Brewing Company, which is located right here in St. John, New Brunswick. There's actually a bit of history between the James Ready Brewing Company as well as Moosehead, because back in 1928, the Simon Jones, or the Olin Red Ball Brewing Company, bought the James Ready Brewing Company, which was then located in Niagara Falls and in St. John, New Brunswick. I believe their main factory was here, but there was also like a spin-off factory up there to produce something to do with beer laws. Anyway, the James Ready Brewing Company was later had its name changed to the Moosehead Brewing Company through time, but they manufactured this beer for a while, and it was popular in Ontario. But eventually, during like the 70s and 80s, when things got a lot cheaper in the beer front, the James Ready brand was eliminated. However, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the buyout of James Ready by the Moosehead Brewing Company, they brought this back in 2003 as an economy brand that proved to be, again, really popular in Ontario. So it's actually made here in St. John and then shipped elsewhere. So this is the lager variant. It is 5% ABV. This is James Ready Brewing Company, Brampton, Ontario, St. John, New Brunswick, Union Made, Facebook.com/James Ready Beer. So, I'm expecting this to kind of taste like a Moosehead product. So, let's pop it open and pour it in my vintage Moosehead glass. Pouring it in there, it looks an awful lot like Moosehead's Moose Green or the Moosehead Lager. Very pale. Very, very pale. It's, holy cow, that's like the same color as my stove here, folks. Some half decent head retention, but it's got a bubbly white head that seems to be dying off quite rather quickly. Let's see if I can pour the rest of this can out. Got quite a bit of carbonation. It looks nice. I mean, for a lager beer. It's not to say that lager beers look bad. They actually look, a lot of them can look really good. It's very pale though, so whether that speaks volumes about the flavor. And to be totally honest, as an economy beer, I'm not expecting millions or anything. Let's give it a sniff. Off the top of it, it's got this little bit of a citrusy, like an Appley Pot Hop Smell. It's a bit of a copper coin kind of smell to it. It smells exactly like Moosehead Lager. Boy, does that ever smell like Moosehead Lager. Holy cow. Other than that, it's just got this kind of like a nice mellow Appley kind of smell. Holy crap. Alright, let's get to the taste. Light, easy drinking. Can be considered a little heavy in the back. Got a very much like a toasted grain and a slight corn taste coming up in the aftertaste. Get a taste of like a sweet malt sticking in the center of the tongue. And this metallic Appley kind of hop flavor that kind of lingers in the back of the mouth for a little bit and then fades away. Maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me, but I just think this would taste exactly like a Moosehead lager. Not that that's a bad thing. I actually really like Moosehead's lager. As far as a macro lager goes. And this one is no different. It's actually really nice. I mean, it does have that subtle corn taste. But it blends in quite well with like a little bit of like a toasted grain, toasted barley. Very lightly toasted though. And maybe a slight hint of like a bready taste in the back. And it's also very light and refreshing and finishes really dry. That's actually really nice. I can't mark it high for creativity, but I will give it at least the same kind of rating as what Moosehead Lager's got, because I still like Moosehead Lager quite a bit. Its flavor is not quite as strong and pronounced as like Moosehead's the Alpine lineup, but it's got this light, mellow taste that's that is really pleasing. I imagine a lot of people will enjoy. Let's put it out this way: if you are a Moosehead drinker or a macro beer drinker at all, you're gonna love James Ready Lager, and you're gonna save a bundle by getting this. But as far as creativity goes on the Moosehead front, it is almost no different from Moosehead's lager. It's like a carbon copy, and that wouldn't surprise me one bit. So I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. I guess good on you for Moosehead for making a good product at a very, very cheap price, but at the same time, whether it's hard to say. I mean, I should be proofing on this beer, but I'm not going to, because at least if this is a rebranded product of the same type, like Plymouth and Dodge or something like that, then at least both products are good. Not that, Plymouth and Dodge are good, but you see what I'm getting at. Like, it's basically a Moosehead lager in a James Ready can. There's nothing more I can really say about this particular beer other than that. But at least it's a good product. So 3 out of 5 for me. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer reviews. I hope you enjoyed watching my review of James Ready Lager, because, you know what, I can't complain with this beer. It's not offensive, and it doesn't taste bad. And even if it's got this slight little adjuncty flavor in the back, it's actually still a really nice drinking beer. Even if it tastes exactly like a Moosehead. Anyway guys, talk to you later. Cheers.